Hello, this is Lien Profits, and you're going to find out the 7 steps you need to follow for a profitable tax lien portfolio. And I'm Joanne Musa, the Tax Lien Lady. So let's get started. Let me just say welcome. Glad that you're watching this little video. And let me just give you a little bit of background about me. I've been investing in tax liens since 2002. I've purchased hundreds of liens over the years for myself and other investors in the past. I don't invest for other investors anymore. But what I do now is I teach and train people how to invest in tax liens. So I'm a tax lien investing trainer and coach, and I've been doing that for about 10 years now. Now, I love tax lien investing, and I love training others about it, and I love researching about tax lien investing. So that is my background and where I get the information that I will be giving you today. Today, I will be giving you the 7 steps to maximize your success with tax lien investing. Now, these are the 7 steps that I follow to build a profitable tax lien portfolio, and the 7 steps that I teach my students, my members, and my coaching clients to follow as well. And the first one is to pick the right investment vehicle, whether it's a tax lien, a tax deed, or a redeemable deed, and we'll talk more about them later. And the second one is to get the tax sale information. And the third step is to do your due diligence on tax sale properties. The fourth step is you have to prepare to go to the tax sale. And the fifth thing you need to do is know what you are bidding. You really have to know what you're doing when you go to the tax sale and bid. Now, after you go to the tax sale and you buy a redeemable deed or a tax lien, you want to protect your investment. There are things that you can do to protect your investment and maximize your return. And then the last step that you have to follow in order to profit from tax liens or tax deeds is to actually cash in on your investment. You see, up until now, I've been telling you how to spend your money, but what you really want to do is get that profit, and that's what you do in that 7th step. So these are actually lessons that I give and actually things that I teach my members and my students how to do. Now, I don't have time in this short video to go over all of these in depth, so I just want to give you some important points about these 7 steps. So let's go on and let's talk about which is the right investment for you, because this is the very first step to choose what you want to invest in. And basically there are 3 different vehicles when we're talking about tax lien auctions and tax deed auctions that you can invest in, and those are tax lien certificates, tax deeds, and redeemable tax deeds. Now, tax lien certificates and tax deeds, most of these are sold at an auction, and you either have to actually physically attend the auction, or some of them are online. Now, redeemable tax deeds, there are no redeemable tax deed sales online, although sometimes you can do it through the mail, all right? But most of the time you actually have to go to the auction. You have to show up in person to bid. All right, so let's talk about what a tax lien is and what a tax deed is, what the difference is between them, how these processes work, and while we're doing that, I'll tell you a little bit about redeemable deeds as well. So first, let's go over the tax lien process. The first thing that you do is purchase the tax lien certificate in a tax lien auction. Now, most of these are done at auctions, and different things are bid at these auctions, but you go to the auction. Some of them are online, but some of them you have to show up in person, and you purchase the tax lien certificate at the tax lien sale. Now, the next thing you have to do is register or record your certificate with the county clerk. Now, some places are going to do this for you. Some counties will do this for you, and they'll just give you a receipt for your tax lien, but in a lot of counties they will actually issue you a certificate, and sometimes you will have to record this yourself with the county clerk. Now, after that, there really is not much you have to do except for possibly pay your subsequent taxes. You don't have to do this, but I recommend in the states that let you pay your subsequent taxes that you do, because this is a way that you can increase your profit on your lien by adding to your lien, and some places will give you interest on your subsequent taxes as well as on the certificate amount. Now, there is one state that where you don't pay your subsequent taxes until you actually go to foreclose, and that's Florida. But in the other states, some states will allow you to pay them, and some states will give you the maximum return on your subsequent taxes. So it's advantageous to pay them if you can. So what's the difference between a tax lien and a tax deed? This is how the tax lien process works. And of course, then either the lien redeems, or if it doesn't redeem during the redemption period, you foreclose the right of redemption and get the property. Or in some cases, you apply for the lien to go into a deed sale, but essentially you get paid on your lien. All right, now the difference is that when you buy a tax deed, you're actually purchasing the property. And the way this works is that you purchase the deed or the redeemable deed at the tax sale. And then again, you need to record the deed with the county clerk. Now again, in some places they will do this for you and they will charge you for that. There is a fee for registering the deed, and you will also normally be charged a realty transfer fee when you purchase a deed and record it. And then what you have to do with the tax deed is clear the title to the property, because although in most states you're getting a tax deed free and clear, that means there's no other liens or judgments on it, but there's no warranty to the title. So you need to clear the title to the property. And then now you have to pay the taxes. It's not like a lien where you can pay the subsequent taxes if you want to. You have to pay the subsequent taxes because now you are the owner of the property. Now, that's how a tax deed works. And basically the difference between a tax deed and a tax lien is that when you purchase the tax deed, you're buying the property. You are now the owner. With a lien, you have no ownership of the property. You simply pay the taxes and put a lien on the property, and then if you're not paid within the redemption period, you have the ability to foreclose on the property. Now, you normally don't get that chance because most liens are going to redeem, and even if they don't redeem during the redemption period, once you start foreclosure, that's really incentive for somebody, either the owner of the property or a lien holder, to redeem your lien. But with a deed, again, you're actually purchasing the property. So what is this thing called a redeemable deed? Well, a redeemable deed is kind of in between a lien and a deed. You're actually buying the deed at the sale, just like you are with a deed sale, except that the owner has a right of redemption. So the previous owner can come back and redeem that deed from you, but they will have to pay a hefty penalty to do that. All right, so that is the difference between a tax deed, a tax lien, and a redeemable deed. And what it means to you, the investor, is that if you want a return on your money and you really don't want to own property, you're best sticking to tax liens, not redeemable deeds or tax deeds, okay? Especially not tax deeds because you're actually purchasing the property. If it's property you want, then you're better off with deeds or redeemable deeds. You do have a better chance of actually getting the property with redeemable deeds than you do with tax liens. But the caveat is that these deeds, you're actually purchasing the property, they are bid up at the tax sale. So you do need more money to buy a tax deed than you would for a tax lien. The important thing is to do your due diligence before you purchase a tax lien or a tax deed. Because even with tax liens, when you're not actually buying the property, you're just paying the taxes and putting a lien on the property, that property is the guarantee that you'll be paid. Some tax lien gurus will throw out the term government guaranteed. They will tell you that tax liens are government guaranteed. They don't mean that you're guaranteed to get paid. What they mean is the rate that you're getting is guaranteed by government law. But the real guarantee for you to get paid is the value of the property. So it's important to do your due diligence, and that's something that I cover in all the trainings that I do in my members area as well as in my courses. So what are some of the things that you want to check out? I don't have time in this video to give you a whole training on due diligence, but I want to just point out to you the important things to check. when you're checking out properties. There are three important things that you want to check beyond the assessment data of the property. The very first is that, are there any other liens and judgments on the property? Now, this is really for tax deed sales. You want to know this, not so much for tax liens, because again, when you purchase a tax lien, you're not really buying the property. This is something that you would do when you actually go to foreclose on a lien. But if you're buying a deed, you're actually buying the property, then you do want to check whatever liens and judgments are on the property. Now, in a lot of cases, if there's a mortgage on the property, many of these liens and judgments are going to go away at the tax sale. If you purchase this at the tax sale, many of these things will not survive the tax sale. But the reason why you want to find out about them is because if they were not properly notified, then they can come back and nullify the tax sale. For instance, let's say there's a mortgage on that property or a second mortgage on that property, and the second mortgage holder was not notified that this property was going into a tax sale. Well, they could, after the tax sale, come and say, well, you didn't notify me, therefore the sale was in error. And if they can prove that the sale was in error, they can redeem the property from you without paying any penalties. They would just pay the taxes and get the property. Well, they wouldn't actually get the property if they were only a second mortgage, but the first mortgage company could do that. They could redeem the property without paying you any penalties. So that's why you need to check for liens and judgments when you're purchasing a deed. Now, the other thing you want to check for is environmental problems. And that's because some environmental cleanups can cost you more than the property is worth. And the way that you do this is most states have an environmental website. You find out what that environmental website is for the particular state that you're investing in. And what you're looking for is a list of sites or properties that have known environmental problems. So these are cleanup sites, environmental cleanup sites, and you want to make sure that your property is not on any of those lists. Okay, now the other thing that you need to check for is zoning requirements. Now, if you're purchasing a property that's a residential property, for instance, in a deed sale, you're purchasing a residential deed, or you're buying liens on residential property, you don't have to worry about this too much, but especially if you're investing in land, you need to find out the zoning requirements. What you want to make sure of is that the land that you're buying, if you're purchasing a deed, or the land that you're getting a lien on if you're purchasing a lien, is buildable. And you do that by checking the zoning requirements, and you can check the zoning requirements by going to the municipal website, the zoning officer. Sometimes it's a municipal zoning officer, for the township that the property is in, or a county zoning officer for the county that the property is in. Okay, now before you even do those things, however, you want to look at the assessment of the property. You want to make sure that the property is valuable and that the lien that you're buying is only a small percentage of the value of the property. Or in the case of buying a deed, that what you're paying for the deed is a small percentage of what the property is actually valued at. Okay, so now let's talk about tracking your investments. This is another important thing, is one of the things that I cover in, I believe it's step number 6. Okay, that we went over. And here are the things that you want to track when you're tracking your investment. You want to know what county or municipality that you're investing in. You want to know what county and town the actual deed or lien is in. You will also have a certificate number if this is a tax lien that you've purchased, and you should have a parcel number or ID number in addition to the certificate number. And you'll want to keep track of the date that you purchased it, because that will have implications if you've purchased a redeemable deed or lien or deed. The date that you purchased is very important. And your original purchase amount. You also want to keep track of the date that the deed is recorded. This is very important for redeemable deeds in some states. In Texas, for example, the redemption period doesn't start until that deed is recorded. Now, you also need to keep track of any additional payments that you make. For some redeemable deed states, even for some conditions with tax liens, any additional payments that you make, you want to keep track of. With redeemable deeds, as I was mentioning before, you may get, if you do certain updates to the property, not updates, but if the property needs to, let's say there's a leaky roof or it needs some structural repair, and you do those repairs for a redeemable deed, and then the deed redeems, sometimes you get those payments back with penalties. So you want to keep track of anything that you do to the property, any expenses you have for the property. Now with liens, if you do any subsequent tax payments, you're going to keep track of those. Now when you do subsequent tax payments, for most lien states, you will have to either submit an affidavit with those payments to the tax collector, or some states have special forms that you have to submit with your subsequent tax payments so that you get credit for them and that you get interest on your subsequent tax payments. So these are all things that I teach in the members area of TaxLienLady.com, and I call this members area the Tax Lien Profits group. And in our Tax Lien Profits system, these are some membership perks that members have. We have video tutorials in the members area that show you how to do some of these things that we talked about for different states. We also have bonus courses that are available to members, and these bonus courses are valued from $47 to $297 that are available in the members area. And I'm available to answer your questions. You also get a free 30-minute consultation with me when you become a member. And we also have bonus reports that are available for members. And the main thing in the members area is that we give a monthly training. Every month you get a training on some aspect of tax lien and tax deed investing. We also have in our bonuses in the members area archived teleseminars, and those member trainings that we do are also available in the members area. We have 4 years of member trainings that are in there for members. So I'd like to actually take you inside the members area and let you see just what is inside there. So let's go to the members area now. So here we are inside the members area, and I'm already logged in. And once you log in, you'll see some announcements. And here are the webinar trainings. You can see there are webinar trainings going back from 2010. And the most recent webinar training we just did last month. And if I go to, I'm just going to show you last year, the different trainings that we did last year. You can see here are all the trainings that were done in 2014, and I could click on any one of them and get the replay, but I just want to go back to last year so I could show you the type of trainings that we have. So I just want to show you a whole year of, there's usually a short summary on here for each month. So you could see in January of last year we did a training on California tax deeds. In February we did a training on the Arizona tax lien sales, because February is when they have the Arizona online tax lien sales. In March we did a training on the Indiana tax lien sales. In April last year, we did a training on secondary tax liens, and I also showed how to use the PACER website, which is where you can find out about bankruptcies. But we did a training on the secondary liens, and I made a list available for members of some secondary liens for sale, Illinois secondary liens for sale. And I'll also let you know that one of my members on one of those liens made 30% on his money in 9 months. That's 30% on his money in 9 months with one of those secondary liens. Now in May I did a training on the Maryland tax sales, and in June I did a training on New Jersey tax lien sales and Pennsylvania tax deed sales. And here are the links, by the way, that take you right to the replay of those webinar trainings. And then in July, we did a lesson on Texas, on the Texas redeemable deed sales. And each of these lessons also include a Q&A session where I answer questions that are submitted during the webinar. Then in August, we did a training on the Michigan tax deed sales. Michigan has many online tax deed sales, and they go on in the fall. So we did that training in August Actually, they start in August and go throughout the fall. And then I had another guest webinar that wasn't a regular monthly training, but it was an extra guest webinar for Tax Title Services, David Schumacher of Tax Title Services. Then in September, we had a training, and we did there was a wide range of topics included in this training, and what I did in this training was answer questions that were submitted ahead of time. And then in October of last year, I did a training on how to find the tax sale lists on Tax Sale Resources, which members have free access to. Tax Sale Resources is a database where you can find out what tax sales are coming up all around the country and get the tax sale lists, get links to county websites for more information. So I did a training on how to use that resource in October. And then in November, we talked about some winning bidding strategies. And in December, we talked about 3 keys to successful investing. So you can see there's a variety of topics each month, and every year they're different also. So that gives you an idea about the member trainings. And then let me show you the bonuses, some of the bonus courses. Oh, before I show you the bonuses, let's just go over the Tax Lien Investing course. You have access to a Tax Lien Investing course when you become a member, and this is a 4-lesson audio course. And the first lesson is an introduction to tax lien and tax deed investing. It goes over in depth a little bit about what I went over about the difference between a tax lien, a tax deed, and a redeemable deed, and how to find the tax sale information. And then lesson 2 is on due diligence, how to do due diligence for tax sale properties. Lesson 3 is on preparing to go to your first tax sale, and lesson 4 is how to profit from your investment. Those are things that you do after you actually purchase a lien or a deed to protect your investment and maximize your profit. So this is something you have access to right away when you join the members area, and the bonuses are something that you have access to after you're a member for 2 months. Now, yearly members get access to this right away, but monthly members get access to this after 2 months, and that's because these bonus courses have a value of between $97 and $297. Before I said between $47 and $297, but it's actually $97 and $297. And here are the bonus courses that you get: the Tracking Your Liens course, the Online Tax Deed Sales course, and the Buying Tax Liens Online course. Now, the Buying Tax Deed Sales course comes with an actual separate training on how to do due diligence for the online deed sales and a checklist for doing due diligence for deeds. The Buying Tax Liens Online course comes with a guide for tax lien investing online, which lists all of the websites for all of the online tax sales. And these courses, by the way, are updated continually. The Buying Tax Liens Online course is updated at least once a year because there are new counties having online sales every year. It's updated continually, and you get those updates. As long as you're a member, you get those updates. Now, here's some other bonuses that you get, and these are teleseminars that I've done. You get the replays to those teleseminars on different topics like investing in your self-directed IRA, other advanced strategies for investing in tax-delinquent properties, different strategies that perhaps I don't cover in some of these other courses. So that gives you an idea of what's available in the members area. It's not everything, but it's all I can show you right now in this short video. Let me just get back to our presentation here. And the other things that we have available for members, we do have a private Facebook group. Now, this is a private group just for members, and it's at www.facebook.com/groups/tax lien profits. But you can't actually see what's going on in that group until you're included as a member. The posts in that group are private. Now, to be included, you need to be a member. And once you're a member, you can ask my assistant Karen to include you in the group. And it's a way for members to talk to other members, to post and find out what's happening with other members, and also get your questions answered by me and by the other members of the group. What we're also doing in the Tax Lien Profits group in the members area of TaxLienLady.com is starting a new investment club. Now, this Tax Lien Profits Investment Club is a private investment club for members. And you can, inside of this club, you'll be able to buy secondary liens from other members or sell your liens to other members and get funding for your liens and for buying tax foreclosed properties. And this is something that we're just starting up, so you can let me know what you want in an investing club. We'll take that into consideration for our new investing club. Now, to find out more about the members area, you can go to www.taxlienlady.com/membershipmain.htm. That is the link that you see on your screen, and the words membership and main have to be capitalized. Okay, it's taxlienlady.com/membership main, and main is MAIN.htm, and membership and main are capitalized. Capital M for membership, capital M for main. Now, if you go to that page, it explains some of the benefits of the members area, and at the bottom of the page it gives you two options to purchase. You could either purchase a yearly membership or a monthly membership. But let me tell you that you can save $200 a year by doing the yearly membership. And there's also another way that you could save $200 a year and get those bonuses right away, and instead of waiting until you're a member for 2 months, and that is to enroll quarterly. You could save over $200 a year on your membership when you purchase a yearly or 3-month membership, and the 3-month membership comes with all of the privileges of the yearly membership. Now, you can enroll in the 3-month membership at www.taxlienlady.com/members.htm. And this site is not advertised anywhere. This is only a special offer that I make on certain webinars that I do. And you could go to taxlienlady.com/members.htm. That will take you directly to the shopping cart to order. There's no sales page for this. So if you want to enroll quarterly instead of monthly, then after you go to the other page that I told you about and find out about the member benefits, don't order there. Go to this page at taxlienlady.com/members.htm. It actually takes you right to the checkout, the shopping cart, to order the quarterly membership instead of a monthly or yearly membership. And you could still save $200 a year and still get the bonuses right away. Okay, well, I look forward to seeing you in the Tax Lien Profits group in the members area of TaxLienLady.com.